Good morning, everyone. This is BremSter, and now the final puzzle in this set of Sudoku U puzzles, which is another puzzle from Cygnet Sudoku Volume 2. Cygnet Sudoku being the book of puzzles from the students of the Puzzles and Paradoxes class by FullDeck and Missing a Few Cards. This being Silent Staples by Pickup and Lumos. Lumos you may have seen before on this channel. I need to make a playlist of guest solvers where you can just go and see people who aren't BremSter solve puzzles. Yeah, really cool stuff. Anyway, so let's have a look at this one. So yeah, links below to this puzzle, of course, and to where you can go and pick up both Cygnet Sudoku Volume 2. And I've also provided links to where you can pick up Cygnet Sudoku Volume 1 as well, because the books are really cool. I actually haven't been solving Volume 2 very much because I get sent these puzzles and I want to save them. So anyway, silent staples. Normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. The only other rule we've got in this one is German whispers. Adjacent digits along a green German whisper line, or along green German whisper lines, must differ by at least 5. That's it. That's all we got. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So, I can place some 5s in the grid. You can never put a 5 on a German whisper line because of the 5 difference. You must add or subtract 5 next to on any digit on a German whisper line. So if I was to put 5 on a line, what would I put next to it? If I add 5, I have to go to 10 or higher. If I subtract 5, I have to go 0 or lower. That doesn't work. So, 5 can never go on a green line. And 5 can't go where 5 is seen. So 5 is in one of those two. 5 actually can't go in any of those and can't go in any of those. So that's the 5. So that's not the 5 and that's the 5. Now 5 is in one of those two. 5 can't go there or there. 5 is in one of those two, which puts 5 in one of those two. 5 can't go in any of those, so 5 is in one of those two. 5 is in one of those two. I'm not sure I can take that. Oh, I can. Where's 5 in this column? 5 is there, which means that's not a 5. And I think that's it. Anyway, okay, so the next rule, and this one is important, and I'm not sure how I'm going to break into this puzzle, is what happens on German whisper lines with high and low digits. So if I was to put because you cannot put 5 on a German whisper line, any digit on a line must either be below 5 or above 5. Now, if this is a below 5 digit, I don't know it is, but the logic would be the same if it's above 5. The digit that is next to it cannot also be below 5 because the difference isn't high enough. So the digit that is next to it would need to be above 5. And if this was above 5, the digit that is next to it couldn't also be above 5. The difference isn't high enough. So it would have to be below 5. And you will always end up alternating high, low, high, low, high, low along these lines. Now, there's another important trick, which is with 4s and 6s. So I do know, for example, that those are all the same high-low, and these are a different high-low. Now, I don't know which they are. I do know 8 and 6 is high, and 1 is low. 3 is also low. Now, this is going to be a high-low, but I don't know which. Now, 4s and 6s are going to have to exist in those cells. They can only go into those 3 cells in this box. And the question is why? Because 4 only has a single digit from 1 and 9, which is 5 away from it, which is 9. 6 is the same, but it only has 1. So if I was to put a 4 here, both of those digits would need to be 9. If I was to put a 6 here, both of those would need to be 1. And the same is true for all of these cells. 4 and 6 here would need both of those to be the same. So 4 and 6 in this box needs to go in those. But I'm not sure how that's helping me. This can't be a 6 because of the 6 looking up. So 6 is in one of those two, which means 1 is in one of those two. Don't know. Right. I know the polarity of that cell. I also know the polarity of that cell. Those are both low because this is a German whisper line and therefore one of those is low and one of those is high. This is a German whisper line. One of those is low and one of those is high, and those are two high digits. So there's a high in here, a high in here, high there, and a high there, and that's the 5. Those are both low digits. So that's a low digit because of alternating polarity. That's a low digit, and those are all high digits. This isn't a 4. So 4 is in one of those two, 9 is in one of those. Now, those lines aren't quite long enough for me to use the normal tricks. But there must be a low digit on this. So there's low, low, low. There must be a low on here. So all of those must be high. So these are high digits. So that and that are high digits, and those are low digits. This is cool. So this is 7, 8, 9 because it can't be 6. This is 1, 2, 3 because it can't be 4. This is 7, 8, 9 because it can't be 6, because if it was 6, both of those would need to be 1. Can't even be 7, actually, because if that was 7, these would need to be 1 and 2, and 1 isn't available. So this is 1 or 2 only, because 3 isn't available. And this is 1, 2, or 4, because both of those could be 9. Can I take this further? This is tricky. There's a high and a low on here, but I don't know how to break that open yet. Those are low. These are both high digits, and if I color this with my green and purple, if these were high, I'd have 5 digits above 5, and that doesn't work. So those are low, these are high. So now purple up here has to be low, because if these were low, if these were high, I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 high digits, and what would I put on there? So purple up here is low, and green up here is high. This is excellent coloring. So this can't be a 4. And now where's 4 in this box? I can't put it in any of those. I can't put it there. That's the 4. Where is 6 in this box? I can't put it there because of the 6 seeing it. Can't put it in any of those. That's the 6. That's the 1. That's the 9. That is not the 9. This is cool. So these are a 7, 8 pair. That's a 9. This is a low digit because it's the polarity I haven't got 4 of in this box yet. And there must be a 6 on this line. So, and I can't put it there, or both of those would have to be 1. So that's the 6, that's the 1, and these are 2 and 3. That's so cool. This is a high digit, this is a low digit. This is listed harder than the previous puzzle. So far, I'm not finding that. This is a high digit. So this is 7 or 8. This is 7 or 8. If this is 7, these would need to be 1 and 2, and they can't be. So that's the 8, that's the 7, making that the 2, and that the 3. These are 3 and 4. 4 can go next to 9, that's fine. But this is a known triple. 2, 7, and 9. Can't put the 2 there because it just does not work. And these... well, hang on, the 2, 7, 9 means that's the 2, and these are 1, 3, and 4, and I can't put the 4 on the line because the 9's not available. That's the 1, 3, that's the 4. The 1 is going to go next to the 7, and the 3 is going to go next to the 8. That's not a 9 anymore, so that's a 7, 8 pair. This can't be a 4, so this is a 1, 2, 3, because if this was a 4, both of those would need to be 9, and 9's not available. So 1, 2, 3, these are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's no 5 there. This is so cool. I mean, I haven't solved it yet, but I'm really enjoying the flow of this puzzle. So this is 2, 3, or 4, and I think it can be any of them. Okay, what is the next deduction? What is the next deduction? Maybe this is where it gets hard. This is where they go, BremSter's going to start making mistakes. There's a 7 or a 9 on that. Two in this box has to be on this line. 1, 2, 3 is not there. 4 is down here by Sudoku. If that was a 4, both of those would have to be 9. Yeah? Okay. Oh, this isn't a 4 or a 1. That's a 2. So this is 7, 8, 9. I know what this... No, I don't know what that is. 5, 7, 8, 9. So this is 7, 8, 9. All the low digits are seen. That is a high digit, so that's a high digit. And all of the... No, that's a high digit. And all of these are low digits. This is 7 or 9. If that's 7, this is 1, 2. If that's 7, this is 1, 2. This is 6 or 8. 6, 1, maybe. I like the way these bounce. I really do. So these are 5, 7, 8, 9. Twixy. Or I am blindsy. Or both. Could be both. Why not both? So 2 is in one of those two cells by Sudoku. Now I can't put 6 in any of those, and I can't put 6 in any of those. Can't put 6 there either. Could put 6 there, actually. No, I can't put 6 there, because 6, 1 doesn't work. So 6 is in one of those 3. Right, where's 6 in this column? Can't put 6 there because that'd have to be 1. Can't put 6 there. Both of those would have to be 1. Can't put 6 in any of those and can't put 6 in any of those. That's a 6. So, yeah. Now, one of those is high, and it's from 7, 8, 9. If it's there, it's 8. If it's there, it's 7 or 9. And it can't be 7. So 7 is not on this line. So 7 is in the... No, 7 is in one of the corners. Can I make both of those high? Maybe? One, 2, 3, 4, maybe. 1, 2, 3, not 1. This is a 2 or a 3. Okay. Is it this? 3, 8 would make this 1, 2, 7. That works. 1, 7. 1, 7 would make this 2, 3, 8, which works. There's two high digits. Right, there's 2 high digits on this line. There must be 2 high digits down here because there's 2 different pairs. And there's 2 high digits there. That is a low digit. And there's 2 low digits down here. But there is a low digit on this, and that's the 4th low digit in the box. That is a high digit. So that's 7, 8, or 9. And that's 1, 2, 3, or 4. That's not narrowing it down, is it? Can I figure out the makeup of this line or this line? Oh, there's no 2 there. There must be a 3 or a 4 on this. 3 here would need a 9 there. So if there's a low on this, hang on, low. Where can I put the low on this? That can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4 but there has to be, because it sees 1, 2, and 3, and I can't put 4 there, or both of those would have to be low. That is the high digit. That's a really nice deduction. So those are low, and that is high. So this is 3 or 4, giving me the 3, 4 pair. This is 7, 8, or 9, and it can't be 7 because 7 is too close to 3 and 4. So that is now a 7, and these are a 1, 2 pair. That's really nice, which makes that the 3, which makes that the 8, that the 7, and that the 1. And now over here there is 8 and 9. But, oh, that's a 9. 1, 3, 4, but it can't be 4 because both of those would have to be 9. This can't be 3 either, or that would have to be 8, 9. And it can't be because there's no 8 available. That is a 1, which means that's the 2 and that's the 1. This is so clean. This is 6 or 7. So this is the only line I haven't figured out. There has to be a 3 or a 4 on this. 4 here would make both of those 9. 3, that's not 7. 3 there, I think could work, and 3 there, I think could work. Those are all the same, and those are all the same. Okay, not grokking yet. So this is 7, 8, 9. One is in one of those 3. These are 3, 4, 8, 9. That can't be a 4. Okay. Oh, 1 in row 5. That's just a 1. So that is not a 1. So this is a 1, 2 pair by Sudoku. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's a high digit. This is a 1, 2 pair. I think that's neat. So there is a 3 or a 4 in one of those. These are 3, 4, and 6. No, they're not. No, they're not. There's a 6 there. So that is a terrible pencil mark, and I shouldn't have done it. These are 3, 4, 6, 8. There's no 9 there. That could be a 7. That is a low digit. Mark it as such. Give it its due. Okay, this is probably the weirdest interruption I've had while solving a puzzle. So I was solving this and I did get a little bit stuck, and what I wanted to do is confirm that my digits are correct. So I hit the check mark button to say, are my digits correct? And I was told my digits weren't correct. This is, I've edited all that out. And I rolled back to try and figure out which digits I'd entered incorrectly. And according to the puzzle, that very first 5 I put in was wrong. So I reached out to FullDeck and Missing a few cards, and it turns out the puzzle that is the link for the puzzle that is in the book, at least the book that as it was released, and the link that I was sent has the wrong solution embedded. So this is actually a new grid that I've put together. So it may look a little bit different, but I've tried to recreate it with the correct solution embedded. So what I did, once I realized that that was going on, that I've recreated the grid and I'm now solving on something with the correct solution embedded. And I just needed to do that because as soon as I knew the wrong solution was embedded, it just completely broke my brain, and I just needed to go back and revisit. So I've re-entered where I was up to. I actually got a little bit further, but I don't remember what I was doing because it literally just broke my brain when I realized that had happened. What I was starting to do is explore this line because it's very, very clear that this is where I need to look at, I think, because, I mean, I can't see much else. These are 3, 4, 6, and 8, but I can't see anything that is restricting those. I could see, like, yeah, I can't see what else is restricting those. So this line, I think, is where I have to look, because all of the other lines have kind of been resolved as far as they can. This could be 7 with 2 and 1. 8 and 9 gives me even more freedom. This 9 is looking down, making that the 8. So this can't be a 4 now. This is the 3, this is the 4. So I do get that. I actually think I started exploring this line without finding that last time. So maybe I've got a little bit further. Is that giving me anything? That 4 and 4 is putting 4 in one of those two. Is that giving me anything? So these are 4, 5, 6, and 7. No, not obviously. So let's look at this line, because these are from 2, 3, 4, 8, and 9 to complete the row. Now, is there anything that can't go in any of those? If that's a 3, that... So I don't think... This can't be a 3. Because if this is a 3, that becomes a 4, and that can't be a low digit. So that's not a 3. If that's a 2, these are a 3, 4 pair, and that's possible. If that's a 4, they're both 9. That's a 3, that's an 8. That's okay. That can't be a 4, because those would both have to be 9, and it can't be a 3. So if this is a low digit, it's a 2. If that's a low digit, that can't be a 4. That can't be a 4. So these are from 2, 3, 8, 9. That can't be a 2. If that's a 2, that would be an 8 or a 9, and those are the same high-low. So that can't be a 2. So 2 is in one of those two. Oh, that's cool. That gives me an X-wing on 2s. Because 2 can't be in any of those cells. So 2 is there, 2 is there. That's an X-wing on 2s. So 2 can't go in any of those cells. 2 can't go in any of those cells. 2 has to go in one of those 2 cells, which means that's a 3. Which means neither of those can be 7. That's a 9. That's an 8. Which means that's the 6. That's the 1. That's the 2. Which looks down saying that's not the 2. That's the 2. And now purple is low. That's very cool. I did not see that. I think I solved for like 5 minutes last time and did not find that. But as soon as I knew that the puzzle had the wrong solution, it just broke my brain and I could not continue. So this is an 8-9 pair. This is a 3-4 pair. With that being a 3-4 pair, this is not a 3. So I know this triple. This is 1, not 2, 3, not 4, 5, 1, 3, 7. Now this is not a 7 because it has to be low. And this isn't a 1. Oh, this isn't a 1 either. So this is a 1, and this is a 3-7 pair. And the 3 is looking down, making that the 7 and that the 3. The 7 is high, the 3 is low. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. These are 4, 5, and 6. That's not a 6. Oh, the 6 makes that the 7. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. These are 4, 5, and 6, and there's no 5 there. So that's a 4, 6 pair. So 1, 2, let's mark these. I think I had that marked last time, and I forgot to mark it when I transposed over, so sorry about that. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are from 7, 8, 9, and must contain a 7. That can't be an 8. So that's a 7-9 pair now. This 3 makes that the 4. This becomes the 3. So what's these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2, 5, and 6 go into those. There's no 6 there. So 6 is in one of those two. There's no 2 there. That's 4. Those are both 9. Is there a problem there? This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, and 8. hang on. There's no 4 there. So these, the 3, 8 makes that the 7. So this is a 5 or a 6, and the 6 makes that the 5, so that's the 6. 6 is high, but more importantly, that 5 says that's not the 5, so that's the 5, which looks down saying that's not the 5, so that's the 5. Now this in the row is 9, and the 6 makes that the 4. So the 4 is a low digit, the 9 is a high digit. This is not a 5 because 5, and this 5 looks up saying that's a 2, so that's not the 2. Why did I have the 5 that... Never said I was really good at Sudoku. The 9 looks down making that the 8 and that the 9. The 4 looks down making that the 6 and that the 4, which makes that the 6. Do I want to get rid of the colouring at this point or keep it? The 9 makes that the 7, so that becomes the 8. These are all high. This is the 4, which is the low digit I haven't placed. There's no 8 here. So this is 2, 7, 9. And there's no 7 there. The 7 looks across making that the 9. So 9 comes out of here. The 2 takes 2 out of here. So this is a 5, 6 pair, and the 5 makes that the 6 and that the 5. So that's the high digit. I really often find that colouring really slows down the solve. But I'm going to keep persisting with it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are 2, 4, and 7 must contain a 4. There's no 2 there. There's no 7 there. 8 means that can't be a 4. That's the 3. So that's the 4. The 4 looks up making that the 2, which makes that the 9, which makes that the 7, which makes that the 4. The 7 looks back making that the 2, and that the 7. I am going to get rid of the colouring. It serves no purpose now. The 9 looks down making that the 8 and that the 9, and the 8 looks up making that the 3 and that the 8. And that is the correct solution. Now, it didn't take me 53.36. It probably took me longer than that the minute my head exploded once. Like, this is no offense to Pickup and Lumos. Mistakes can happen all the time. But honestly, when the embedded solution puts a 5 on a German whisper line, it broke my brain. So if you've tried to solve the puzzle in the book and it didn't work for you, I'm really sorry. This puzzle was absolutely fascinating. I loved the way the polarity resolved, but it really broke my brain when it was like, I can't even remember why I clicked the check mark. And I do need to say I really like this puzzle. I can't even remember why I clicked the check mark. I think it was... I thought I had a contradiction on a line, and I think it was, I was investigating down here and I thought I'd hit an impossible situation and I wanted to confirm that I hadn't made a mistake in this box. So I hit the check mark to confirm and it said everything was wrong. So it was like, okay, where have I made a mistake? So I'd rolled back a bit and then it was like, no, everything is still wrong. And it was like, but I'm sure my logic was good. And I ended up rolling back to the point where all I had in the grid was that 5 and it told me that 5 was wrong. And the 5 had to go somewhere else in this box. And it was like, there's a problem here. And literally I just went click. It was like, no. So yeah, I had to reach out to FullDeck and Missing a few cards and say, help. And it was literally just the grid was wrong. And so we recreated the grid and this is it. And this is the one I'll share. So, yeah, if you've been solving from the book and are really confused, that's why. At least the link below is going to be a good one. It's going to be this grid. I'm sorry about the confusion. I'm sorry about needing to put the interruption in, but it just messed with my brain. And just, so you don't need to see me like literally almost having a panic attack on camera. That's not fun. It's not fun to have one, and it's probably not fun to watch one. So, yeah, anyway, thanks, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this Sudoku U series. The puzzles have been fantastic. Special thanks again to Chatty Cathy for reaching out to do the first puzzle in this particular set. and to FullDeck and Missing a few cards for all of the effort they put in, to all of the students who contributed puzzles, absolutely fantastic. And of course, go and grab a copy of the Cygnet Sudoku books. They are absolutely stunning. If you want physical copies, you can also purchase them, but they are available for free. Yeah, thanks everyone for everything, and as always, good luck with your solving.